Frank, having worked your way into a winning position, is that a real sickener?
Well, it's from at 2-1. We should win the game. Should win the game by more goals. So we're not clinical enough on the numerous chances, counter-attacks, or time that we had in their half, and getting in good areas and not being clinical enough. And at that point, you always leave the game open, and then we make mistakes for their goals.
So not being clinical enough, not seeing it out, what does that stem from? Is that a lack of confidence dating back months?
Yeah, I'm not sure it matters exactly what it is. It's what it is, and the players have to work and fight to get through it. If it's a lack of confidence, the only way through that I ever know is to fight and keep working, and that's what the players absolutely have to do, because we are in a battle. If we didn't know it before tonight, we know it now. We're still above Burnley in the table, so we have to keep fighting and looking forward. But obviously you're disappointed not to win from a winning position tonight, very clearly.
When you're stuck in a cycle like this, a downward spiral of negative momentum, how hard is it to break it?
Well, I don't. When you talk like that, I think all the teams around are in similar. You know, you look at the results. It's why we are where we are in the table, because of results for a long period, and the same for other teams around us. So the reality that isn't normally that you string a lot of wins together and move freely up the table. The Premier League doesn't work that way. So we have to not get too caught up in the words. Look to the next game, and keep working and preparing absolutely spot on, and give it everything. Because if we do make mistakes like we made tonight, we better be ready to fight, because that's what it is.
Is your situation the same as the teams around you? Because you're Everton, because of the history, it feels like there's more pressure on you.
It feels the same to me, but whether that's true, maybe. But it shouldn't be in absolute football terms. I understand that. But the reality is what it is. So we're no different to Burnley, we're no different to Watford or Norwich or Leeds or the teams around us. That's just where we are at as a football club. So players don't need to listen or read or get involved in anything other than turning up tomorrow, getting right for Saturday, and trying to get the right results to keep us in this league.
Is that the big job for you now? Make sure this, because you're Everton, doesn't become a panic. You're still in a half-decent position.
No, I think we can't control that, so there's no point in delving too much into that. That was talk that would have been around us before I got to the club. Now I'm at the club, and that will continue until the end of the season. The only thing we can do is control what we can, which is, again, work, game, fight, get the results.
You're no stranger to pressure, but you are a stranger to the wrong end of the Premier League table. How different is it?
Well, the pressure feels the same. The pressure feels the same because there's always a relative expectation of what everyone out on the outside thinks of you, what your own fans think of you, what you think of yourself. And I've always been very driven. I want the best at all times. So the pressure for me remains the same. We've got people in here that have been involved in relegation, people in my staff that have been involved in relegation. But to keep hanging on it and talking about it, the reality comes down to winning football matches, getting through games by no matter what way you can. And tonight, we just didn't do that from a position where we should have done.
How tough's that going to be to get winning games when you look and the next 5 are all against teams in the top 10?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who we play. It doesn't matter. We play one of our best performances against Man City. Albeit for a decision, we would have got a point in that game. It doesn't matter who. I wouldn't look at the fixture list and consider too much. You spend your day doing it. It doesn't matter. It's about us and what we do.